today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
And this carries into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
8 yards on the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
48-yard line.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week, 11 carries, 99 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Option play, Burrow holding on to it.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Intercepted by the Steelers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Steelers.
From the gun, a give to Conner. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Connor. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
For the point after.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and...
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Steelers 7, Bengals nothing.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
No!
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball carrier.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And the running lane gains non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Haskins. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a first down.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
To DeAndre Swift. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and that forced the incompletion.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Steelers 10. Bengals.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Joe Burrow's sack.
Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Joe Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
at the 46.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And
so they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Haskins out of the gun. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Haskins. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. We have hit halftime still. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll stay on the ground with counter again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Logan
2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2 yards on the play. And the Steeler 1st down.
They run with counter. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Haskins. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 25.
The tackle made by Jesse.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. He's to the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
James Conner, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Again, it's Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
At the Steelers.
1 second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Good for a Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mixon with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play.
2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
He was brought down by Sheldrick Redwine. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
Burrow's pass intended for Ian.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Result of the
Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Intended for
he couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll bring up second down. Burrow looking to pass. He finds his running back, Mixon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First target, first catch, and a first down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Now Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Well, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Second and 10.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. They'll run here with Connor. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, it'll be Connor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
26. Bengals nothing.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Over the middle, it's Thomas. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now Burrow on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
For John Ross.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Again, it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. To the air again, Burrow. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Steelers, the final